Over the past 30 years, the number of students receiving special education services from public schools has seen a gradual, consistent growth. In the early 1990s, around 4.5 million students in the United States public school system were given special services. These were made mandatory by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, better known as IDEA. Today, this number has grown to nearly 7 million students, which is 14% of all people enrolled in public education. And with this number rises the diagnosed cases of special learning conditions, such as Down syndrome, autism, and ADHD. These students, thanks to IDEA, received an Individualized Education Plan, or IEP, constructed by their local school systems. Luckily, the national budget for public special education has seen a slight rise over the past few years. However, United States Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos has shown intention of moving special education to the hands of state governors. This could propose serious issues, as this system is not well supported in all states. Today I'll be discussing the benefits public special education proposes and the issues that it faces. I'll talk about Alana Drost, a young girl in the New Jersey special ed system who's a product of a strong public foundation. I'll then talk about the challenges that the special ed system faces in areas of different quality, socioeconomics, and government, and the repercussions that it brings. And lastly, I'll touch on why this is a problem that everyone faces and ought to care about. When executed properly, IEPs can provide a great foundation for students with learning disabilities. School districts can allocate to students a number of weekly hours dedicated to one-on-one time with physical trainers, speech pathologists, and occupational therapists. Classroom time can be spent with a special teacher, in class with an aide, or both. Alana Drost is a 12-year-old in the 6th grade at H.B. Whitehorn, a public middle school in Verona, New Jersey. Verona, located in northern New Jersey, is known for the reputable public schools and services. Alana has reaped the benefits of these services. She sits through most of her classes in a small classroom with a trained teacher and students with similar abilities, and attends qualified counselors throughout the school day for speech and physical therapy. On top of all this, she has a one-to-one aide who seamlessly follows her around and helps when needed. Despite all of the special services, she's still able to socialize with the typical students, attending electives, lunches, and special classes with everyone else. She is a welcomed and celebrated student at her school. She's a proud Girl Scout, a strong swimmer in both the Verona Public team and the Special Olympics, and even is confident enough to take piano lessons. She owes much of this to the strong foundation public services have provided her. However, if not for outside help, Alana would not be so fortunate. She comes from a well-off family who could afford to send her to a private school for toddlers with Down syndrome before attending public school. After long days at school with special services, she still attends private therapists, and she has since she was 5. Her mother's a paraprofessional in the Verona School Board, and she helps students with special needs in the district as well. She's advocated for Alana for years. Unfortunately, not all students with special needs in New Jersey have this luxury. In fact, New Jersey still has it better than most states. Of the millions of students with special needs across this country, the vast majority do not receive nearly as many individualized services as Alana has been lucky enough to. Of the 50 United States, only 15 have met the 2-part requirement of the IDEA Act over the past several years. The vast majority of the states have fallen into the category of needs assistance or severely needs intervention for 2 or more years. New Jersey is one of the 15 and still often fails to meet the needs of special students. Government funding continues to rise, but because of the increasing number of students in need of IEPs, the quality of education does not. Certain states fall behind every year, and without federal government assistance, these states would fall even further behind. With legislation distributing special education responsibilities to state governments comes a huge lack of responsibility from the national government and repercussions that will affect millions of students. Already we have a problem. Nearly 1 in every 8 students in this country require special services, and less than half of our states can manage to do their jobs. Most of you watching this video probably know someone with special needs as well. It's not only fair, but it is necessary that they are afforded the same opportunities to education as those who have no special requirements. Subjecting those who differ in ability is the same as silencing those who differ in religion, race, or orientation. When given proper treatment, students of different ability are able to unlock their potential as learners and as members of the greater community. Educated students can move forward into secondary education, different jobs in several fields, positions of advocacy, and even acting in comedy. Though there are limits on their cognitive development, there are no limits on the amount of lives that they can impact. The relationship is reciprocal. The presence of people with special needs in our everyday lives teaches us tolerance and acceptance and helps break down stereotypes and judgments that we may be predisposed to. With advancements in technology and the understanding of special learning conditions, we are at a time more now so than ever to provide equal educational opportunities for people with special needs. Alana Drost is a great example of what a strong upbringing and individualized education can do. However, the majority of special students are not afforded all of her opportunities, and the government should be pushing for a stronger federal budget to make sure states reach the requirements of IDEA and bring to students the education that they need. Handicapped students are better with a stronger education, and we are better with stronger students.